The High Tide on the Coast of Lincolnshire, 1571, by Jean Ingelow. The old mare climbed the belfry tower, the ringers ran by 2 by 3. Pull, if you never pulled before, good ringers, pull your best, quoth he. Play uppy, O Boston bells, play all your changes, all your swells. Play uppy, the brides of Enderby. Men say it was a stolen tide, the Lord that sent it, he knows all. But in mine eyes doth still abide the message that the bells let fall. And there was naught of strange beside the flights of mews and peewits pied by millions crouched on the sea, old sea wall. I sat and spun within the door, my thread brake off, I raised mine eyes, the level sun like ruddy ore lay sinking in the barren skies, and dark against day's golden death she moved where Lindis wandereth, my son's fair wife, Elizabeth. Cusha, 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 calling, ere the early dews were falling, far away I heard her song, Cusha, cusha, all along. Where the seedy Lindis floweth, from the meads where melick groweth, faintly came her milking song. Cusha, 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 calling, for the dews will soon be falling. Leave your meadow grasses mellow, mellow, mellow. Quit your cowslips yellow. Come up, Whitefoot, come uppy, Lightfoot. Quit the stalks of parsley hollow, hollow, hollow. Come up, Jetty, rise and follow. From the clovers lift your head. Come up, Whitefoot, come up, Lightfoot. Come uppy, Jetty, rise and follow, Jetty, till the milking to the milking shed. If it be long, long ago, when I beginny to think how long, againy I hear the Lindis flow, swift as an arrowy, sharpy and strong, and all the air, it seemeth me, been full of floating bells, saith she, that ring the tune of Enderby. Alley fresh the level pasture lay, and not a shaddy moty be seeny, save where full 5 good I can't keep saying that, can I? And lo, the great bell fairy and wide was heard in all the countryside that Saturday at eventide. It's written in the Old English. Up is spelt U-P-P-E. I expect you gathered I've been saying uppy. The swanherds where their sedges are moved on in sunset's golden breath. The shepherd's lads I heard afar, and my sonny's wife Elizabeth, till floating o'er the grassy sea came Downy, that kindly message free, the brides of Mavis Enderby. Then some looked uppy into the sky, and all along where Lindis flows, to where the goodly vessels lie, and where the lordly steeple shows. They said, and why should this thing be? What danger lowers by land or sea? They ring the tune of Enderby. For evil news some Mablethorpe of pirate galleys warping down, the ships ashore beyond the scorp, they have not spared to wake the town. But while the west been red to sea, and storms be none, and pirates flee, why ring the brides of Enderby? I looked without, and lo, my son came riding down with might and main. He raised a shout as he drew on, till all the welkin rang again. Elizabeth, Elizabeth! A sweeter woman's ne'er drew breath than my son's wife, Elizabeth. The old sea wall, he cried, is down. The rising tide comes on apace, and boats adrift in yonder town go sailing up the marketplace. He shook as one that looks on death. God save you, mother, straight he saith, where is my wife Elizabeth? Good son, where Lindis wins away with her two bairns, I marked her long, and ere yon bells began to play, and I heard her milking song. He looked across the grassy lea to right to left. Ho, Enderby, they rang, the brides of Enderby. With that he cried and beat his breast, for lo, along the river's bed, a mighty Eiger reared his crest, and up the Lindis raging sped. It swept with thunderous noises loud, shaped like a curling snow-white cloud, or like a demon in a shroud. And rearing Lindis backward pressed, shook all her trembling banks amain, then madly at the Eiger's breast flung up her weltering walls again. Then banks came down, and ruin and rout, then beaten foam flew round about, then all the mighty floods were out. So far, so fast the Eiger drave, the heart had hardly time to beat, before a shallow seething wave sobbed in the grasses at our feet. The feet had hardly time to flee before it brake against the knee, and all the world was in the sea. Upon the roof we sate that night, the noise of bells went sweeping by. I marked the lofty beacon light stream from the church tower red and high. A lurid mark and dread to see, and awesome bells they were to me, that in the dark rang Enderby. They rang the sailor lads to guide from roof to roof who fearless rode, and I, my son, was at my side, and yet the ruddy beacon glowed. And yet he moaned beneath his breath, O come in life, O come in death, O lost my love Elizabeth. And didst thou visit him no more? Thou didst, my daughter dear, the waters laid thee at his door, ere yet the early dawn was clear. Thy pretty bairns in fast embrace, the lifted sun shone on thy face, down drifted to thy dwelling place. That flow strewed wrecks about the grass, that ebb swept out the flocks to sea, a fatal ebb and flow, alas, to many more than may mine and me. But each will mourn his own, she saith, and sweeter woman near drew breath than my son's wife Elizabeth. I shall never hear her more by the reedy Lindis shore, Cusha, Cusha, Cusha calling, ere the early dews be falling. I shall never hear her song, Cusha, Cusha, all along, where the sunny Lindis floweth, goeth, floweth, from the meads where Milik groweth, where the water winding down, onward floweth to the town. I shall never see her more where the reeds and rushes quiver, shiver, quiver, stand beside the sobbing river, sobbing, throbbing in its falling, to the sandy, lonesome shore. I shall never hear her calling. Leave your meadow grasses mellow, 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 quit your cowslips yellow. Come up, Whitefoot, come up, Lightfoot, quit your pipes of parsley hollow, hollow, hollow. Come up, Lightfoot, rise and follow, Lightfoot, Whitefoot, from your clovers lift the head. Come up, Jetty, follow, follow, Jetty, to the milking shed.